everybody, it's Jen and we're here for another Rise and Shine Yoga. So get comfy, I'm in my comfy clothes, hope you're in your comfy clothes, and it's yoga time. So find a position that's comfortable for you, and we're gonna sit or lay down or stand up or whatever you want for a couple minutes. Give us a chance to get in the mindset for yoga. Funny, some days I want to be shorts, t-shirt, as much mobility as possible. Some days I just want to be nice and cozy. So what is that day like for you? Is today a nice cozy day? Is tonight a super sweaty bike shorts and sports bra type of day? What is it for you? Good thing about yoga is that no matter what the practice, we can always do both. We can do heat release, we can do heat gathering, all within the same practice based on how you're opening yourself up or closing yourself in and hugging and releasing. And it's a very personal, unique practice that we can all do together, but be very individual. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes of just nice and quiet time. I won't talk. And I just want you to concentrate on your breathing or do a body scan or a gratitude list or whatever works well for you. All right, take 2 big breaths. And we're all going to come to this position where you're on your heels. I have my little block underneath. Going with the gray on gray today. And I'm just on my heels. If you don't have a block underneath you, that's totally fine. You're just going to have a little bit less support, but that's okay. You can also sweatshirt, a little pillow, a little blanket, something like that underneath. Yoga blocks are just nice and compact so they can fit underneath you really nice and easy, that you pretty much can't even tell it's under there. So I am sitting up nice and tall, and all I'm going to do is just kind of arch and extend. It's kind of a little bitty cat-cow here. So just moving, dropping, lifting up. So pretty much the flumpy kind of, I'm sitting here, no worries, and the actual I'm sitting here, no worries type of situation. And let's kind of add a little bit of arms into it. So we're hunching forward And we're lifting back. And we're forward. And we're back. 2 more. And we're forward. And we're back. And we're forward. And we're back. Now we're going to get nice and tall. And we're just going to bring one arm around. And then bring the other arm around. We're scooping. And we're scooping. Just big circles. Well, let's go backwards. Scoop back. Okay, equal it out. We're going to go into a little backstroke motion. So what's going to happen is you're going to place your pinky up and you're going to come up to the top and then you're going to scoop it down. So pinky up, thumb down. This is literally exactly like the backstroke. Just do one more each side. And let's do the other backstroke too. So you're gonna come up to your armpits, give it a little tickle, come out to the side, and go down. You can tell I used to teach some lessons when I was younger. Tickle out and down. And tickle out and down. So do 2 more this way. And let's reverse it. Obviously you can't do this in water. At least not well. Two more. And then come down. Let's come up and over. Remember, we're opening up that chest. And let's lean forward. And let's lean back. And forward. And back. 2 more. Forward. And back. And forward. And back. Let's switch it out. Other side, we're stretching. Our chest is nice and open. Everything feels good. And we're leaning forward and back and forward and back and forward and back. Ah, beautiful. Let's just kind of go a little fluid side to side. You can make this movement as big or small as you want. It's very fluid pendulum. If you get to a position that you want to stop and hold, please do so at any point in time during any of these at-home practices. And realistically, even if you're in a studio or a gym and you're doing a practice and you feel like you want to hold something or do your own thing, I don't think anyone's really going to stop you unless obviously you're going to hurt yourself. We don't want that. But if you're in a pose or posture and you're just like, I just want to stay here an extra 20 seconds, no one's going to stop you. Or no one should stop you, I should say. And if they do stop you, then they're not involved in their own practice. back to the center. They're too worried about your practice, not their own practice. All right, so let's put our hands just on our thighs. We're just kind of gonna go up and down, making those fingers spread super far, like we're really stretching those hands. All right, now we're going to lift those hands up. And we're just gonna do like a little in and up. So we're pointed up, coming in, out, in, up. So we're kind of gonna go in a little 90-degree. Then just your fingers are moving, your thumbs are just chilling, hanging out. We'll do our thumbs in a second. This little glide. All right, now let's bring our thumbs in and out. And then we're gonna bring our thumbs to touch each finger. And then reverse. Go through one more time. Beautiful. Now, all right, let's come. So we are positioning our legs out in front, and let's just do a little bit with the ankles, and then we'll start up with our standing practice. So you can kind of position your legs however you want. I'm just going to cross mine over here so you can see what's going on with my foot. We're going to do one foot at a time, and we're just going to point and flex. And circle. And the other way, get a little creaks and cracks. All right, now I want you to imagine that you're, well, I shouldn't say really imagine, you're doing it. Push down your big toe, and then push down each individual toe. Now, obviously, you don't have the dexterity that you have with your fingers. Probably, maybe you do. But you're gonna move 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then back up. Now, obviously I don't want you to actually push them with your fingers, that's cheating, but try your best just to kind of see what you can do with your feet. Some people are really good at this, people are really bad at this. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. And once you finish playing, let's switch out to the other side. So we're pointing and we're flexing and we're giving our ankles much love. And we're going in a circle. And we're going in a circle the other way. And then we're going to try a little toe exercise on the other side. So our big toe goes down, and then each individual toe goes without having the pushing of the fingers. Now this, I'll tell you, this foot is harder than the other foot. I thought I was kind of getting on the other foot a tiny little bit. This side, no way, but that's okay. Another great thing I like to do with my feet, especially if I'm at home with my shoes off at a meeting, I will put tissue on the ground and I'll grab it and pull with my toes. So I'll grab it and just pull it in. I grab it and pull it in. Or if I'm in my bathroom and I drop like a tissue or something, or I drop a washcloth after I'm done using it, I will try to pick it up with my feet. Can I? Maybe. Can I do it well? Maybe. Some days better than others, but it's just trying to get those feet to have the dexterity that your hands do. They're not going to, more than likely. I have some people that can do it, but it's just trying to work on those body parts, that mind-muscle connection of going, I want to push down my pointer toe and being able to do it. Okay, so enough of that. We are going to come to standing. Make any adjustments that you need to do. And we're just gonna relax here. We are going to bend those knees and let that upper body just dangle here. Relaxing as much as possible. If you want to physically put your hands underneath your feet here, you can. If that's too much, that's fine. Your hands can just be on top. Come as high up as you can if your hands are underneath, you can stay there. Just kind of straighten what you can. Or maybe you straighten one leg and keep the other one bent. All about playing today. Once you feel good, you can find some stillness. Release your hands if they were underneath your feet and come to a nice flat back. Let's see if my back is flat. You can always bend your knees a little bit if they're not. Just kind of drop one shoulder. I'm here, just kind of dropping one shoulder. Then we'll come back to the center and then drop the other shoulder. And come back to the center. Drop that shoulder again. To the center. And drop that shoulder again. To the center. And then slowly, slowly, slowly rolling on up to mountain. Having those hands down by your side. Big finger stretch. And I'm stretching my toes, nice and wide. I have a good base of support. Everything feels wonderful and good. I can close my eyes if I want to. Let's turn and face one way. Side stretch on the neck. And the other way. Come back to the center. I'm going to come to the front of my mat. I'm going to bring my arms up. I'm going to do a side stretch one way. And a side stretch the other way. Come back to the center, let those arms come down. Bend those knees generously. Bring those hands to the ground. Kick one foot back. Kick the other foot back. You can go into tabletop if you want to. Otherwise, we're lowering all the way down. Tucking those feet. Dropping that head. And then coming into a Sphinx. Nice low back stretch. Lower down, take those hands by the shoulders, push yourself up through tabletop and into child's pose. Hands are right in front. And then we're going to walk those hands a little bit to the right. Back through center. A little bit to the left. Back through center. A little bit more to the right. Back through center and a little bit more to the left. center. Come back to tabletop, and let's go into a downward dog. So let's have our nice spread fingers, our nice spread toes, and pedal those feet out. Play here. And when you're ready, you can come to stillness. And we're going to lift the right leg up and behind. Hold it here for a second. And then bend that knee, bring that knee in, and put that knee on the ground. Let's lean back, stretch out that calf. Now can we do the reverse? Can we lift up, bring that leg back behind, hold it here for a second, and then bring that foot back down. Other side, come on up, lift that leg up behind. Bend that knee, bring that knee in. Pop it down. Just lean back and stretch out the other calf. All right, let's reverse. Let's lift it on up. Bring that leg up behind. And then bring that foot back down. Come back on your knees. Relax. We're going to do that 2 more times. Take a second. Move those wrists around. Move the shoulders around. Now, the big thing is that making sure that you're coming up. So when you're here, I want you to lift everything back up and go back. Try your best. Do what you can do, but you know what your body is capable of. And if you need to transition back through a table or something like that, then guess what? You do that. Because you know your body better than I know your body. Okay. All right, round 2. Back into downward dog. Get situated. Enjoy the relaxing posture of downward dog. All right, lift one leg behind. Really stretch it out. Bend that knee nice and slow. Come on in. Drop that knee. Lean back. Stretch out that calf. All right, lift it up. Go back. Leg up in the air. And then drop it down. Other side, lift up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring that knee in. Drop it back. Stretch out to that calf. Reverse, lift it up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then drop it down. Come back on the knees. Take 1 second to reset. Shake it out. And then we're going to go right back in and do our 3rd one. All right, hands back down. Downward dog. Bend those knees as much as you need to. Lift that leg. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bend that knee. Come on in. Slowly drop that knee. We're not just plopping it. We're being in control at all times. Lift it on up. Reverse. Drop it down nice and slow. Other side, lift up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring that knee in. Place it down nice and slow. Lean back, stretch out that calf. And reverse, come on up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bend that knee, bring it down. And bring those knees down. Come on back to your heels. Beautiful. Take a second, grab some water if you need it. Fix your headband, any of that stuff that you need to do. We are going to do a little bit of balance work. Not that we didn't just do balance work, but we're going to do our standing warrior 3 balances and or single leg deadlift, depending on what mode of brain mindset you're in, the yoga or the workout, because yoga is a workout and a workout is yoga. Totally entwined with each other, but sometimes something like a triangle or a downward dog. They're the same thing, but different. Is in not the triangle yoga pose. That's totally different. But a triangle shape, triangle stretch, and downward dog are similar and slightly different. So warrior 3, single leg deadlift, similar but different. Okay, we're going to stand up. I'm just going to tuck my toes under. I'm going to roll back. And I'm super close to my wall here. So I'm going to scooch in. And I'm slowly going to come up. Slowly. Okay. So, warrior 3 is when we're leaning here. And I am totally short on space. So I think I'm going to be more diagonal when I do this. But we are going to lean forward, nice and slow, come as far as we can, and then come on up. So you can hold on for balance. If you want, you don't have to. My suggestion is to have something near that you can grab if you need it, but if you don't need it, don't grab it. So we're going to do this nice and slow and controlled. We're going to come in and come out each side. We're going to do each side 5 times. So I'm just going to scooch this way. I'm going to have my balance point here if I need it. And I'm going to slowly come all the way up. I'm going to bring my leg up as high as it can go. Bring my chest down as low as it can go. Hold it for about a second and then come out. Tap the ground, reset, and then go back into it. I want you to focus on your own poses and postures. Don't look at me because you'll find that your balance gets thrown off. Find a spot on the ground. I'm not going to be looking in the camera because me looking at my own self is going to throw me off. We don't want that. So find a spot on the ground, find a spot on the wall, find a spot on your couch, do whatever. And then just come in and out, nice, slow and controlled, holding for about a second or 2. You can hold longer if you want. But the whole thing is just that nice fluid movement like we did on the ground with the downward dog movement. Okay, so when you're ready, you go right ahead. When side A is done and we are in no rush, we're going to transition over to side B. So I'm just going to face this way now. So I'm going to come down. I'm going to adjust. breathe. Take a couple seconds. We are gonna go through that one more time. You notice I moved my mat out of the way because I had a hard surface when I did side A, and I wanted to make sure that I had a hard surface on side B. If you were on a yoga mat and on a squishy surface, it is going to make it harder. It is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's making your foot have to really concentrate and really grip on, because the ground is not necessarily a firm thing. It's squishy. It has some different textures to go for than necessarily like a hard surface. So make sure that side A and side B have the same structured component to them. Give yourself the best chance of being able to match side A and side B. All right, same as before, 5 times through, no rush. In fact, the slower you do it, the better it's going to be for your balance control. I'm going to try this time without holding on, knowing that the first time I just kind of glided my hand along the wall. I'm going to try this time without it, but I know it's always here if I need it. All right, ready for round 2 of 2? Okay. When you're ready, go ahead. And when you're done, switch sides. If you fall, the ground's always there to catch you. And when you are ready, absolutely no rush, we're going to transition back to the floor and lay on our side. So I'll give everybody another about a minute to catch up. We're just going to lay on our side, and we're going to do a nice quad stretch. The quad is 4 muscles in the front of the leg here. We're just going to relax, support our head and neck so we're in a nice straight line. So we're going to do a 2-part stretch here. So number 1, we're just going to grab our foot and pull back. Our bottom leg is just hanging out and doing its thing. And we're feeling a slight pull, nothing painful, on the front of the thigh. If this is wonderful and great for you, perfect, keep it, do your thing. If this is not feeling enough of a stretch for you, you can release. You can take, you've done the stretch before, you're going to take your lower leg and hug it in, like you're doing this little feel stretch. And then you're going to take the top leg and do your quad stretch. Again, you should feel the stretch intensify. If that's good for you, beautiful. If that's too much, remove that bottom leg from the equation. We're just going to hold it here for a little while. Do 2 more breaths. And then release. Let's keep those legs bent. And all we're going to do is just going to open and close a couple times, just working that hip. Let's do for 3, and 2, and 1. Beautiful. You can just physically just turn around and face away from your screen. I'm going to turn so I can face you. So you look at my smiling face all the time. All right, so we're relaxing our head and neck. We have a nice neutral spine. We're going to do the top leg first only. Bottom leg is just hanging out, doing our stretch. And if we're going to intensify, we're going to release that top leg. We're going to tuck that bottom leg in. And then we're going to reach and stretch again. Just 2 more breaths. All right, and let's release. We're going to keep those knees bent. And we're just going to open and close. For 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Let's roll onto our backs. Let's open those knees up to each side. Place our hands on our belly and just feel the breath. Let's take our hands to the outsides of the thighs, bring them in. Bring one leg out, bring the other knee in, and let's just do some little circles from the hip. And switch direction. Release, let's switch legs. Other knee comes in, and let's circle. And switch. Release. Bring both knees in. Let's drop them to one side. And let's turn and face the opposite direction. Hands can be down at your side or they can be up in a goalpost-esque shape. Switch the other way. Same position of your hands and arms wherever you picked. And come back to the center. Hug your knees in. Roll 2 or 3 times and then sit on up. Okay, so we have our couple different options here. We have 5 minutes left of class. You can either do your own personal play for a couple minutes and then go into Shavasana if there's something your body's craving. You can do abs with me for about 2 minutes or so, and then go into Shavasana. Or you can go into Shavasana and hold it for the full 5 minutes. It's totally your choice. Whatever you'd like to do. If you are doing abs with me, we are on our forearms, we're relaxing, we're bringing our knees in, and we're kicking out, in, other, in. Now if this feels good, beautiful. If you want to make it a little harder, we're going to kick out and in and switch. So both legs are moving. And we're going to switch to a bicycle. And we're going to switch directions. And then we're going to drop them down. We're going to take a couple seconds, and we're going to do that whole thing again. So knees are up. We're kicking one leg out. Coming on in. And the other leg out. And switch. And in. And switch. And in. Well, let's get a little bit more tense. We're not holding our breath. Let's bicycle. We're almost done. Switch direction. Beautiful. Drop those feet. Drop that upper body. Relax here, seconds. Bring those hands to the mat. Lift that chest and twist to the center. Twist to the center. Let's go for 10. Almost done. 9. Shavasana's coming. 8. 7. 6. Not holding our breath. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And relax. Set yourself up for your Shavasana. We're going to be here for about 2 minutes officially together. And then we are going to end class in Shavasana. So if you have time to do a little bit extra, you do a little bit extra. officially over. As I said before, I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you're able, even if it's just another 20 seconds. Because remember, it's part of the process, it's part of the class, and it's part of finalizing our practice. It's just as important as any other part of our practice. It was great working out with you, stretching with you. If you have any requests, let me know. Otherwise, have a great